And we are live.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh.
Hello. We are live in TikTok world. We're live in all of the worlds.
Thank goodness we're alive in the world. That's a good
right.
thing. Yay.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So excited to see with you guys and be with you. And I don't think we've been together since the new year, have we? So happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
That's true. I guess we haven't.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm like, that's wild. I'm trying to get
It is. Welcome in, everybody. It's so good to see everybody. Hello.
Good
Hello,
evening.
everybody. Welcome in.
We are live all across all the platforms.
Yay.
And I'm just waiting for. There we go. We are live on Instagram now too. Yay!
Welcome, everybody.
There we go. We are ready to go. So we are. Hello, Jade. Hello. Good to see you guys. So just so you guys know, I have my special guest, not my special guest, but we are all three a team over on the tube of the you know who, and the of the face. Can we do this for that?
I know. Like, open up. Here we go.
Diagram of the Insta, where I've got my very special friends and amazing friends, Michelle Euler and Carey Koss. And by the way, those of you who know Carey have watched us live numerous times. Carey's account has been hijacked.
My main account's been hijacked.
Yeah, so she cannot go live. That's why you all have not seen her for a minute. So yeah. But now you can see her live and in person on the other places.
Yay. Yes.
So we are talking tonight. We are talking about the Liminal Lounge. What?
So excited. Can't wait.
Remember that time way back in September? We're like, we should do a thing.
We should do a thing.
Yes.
And then now we're doing the thing
regularly. And maybe it has something to do with a podcast.
What?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us about that, Carey, while I do all the things?
That's the plan. Well, first of all, of course, we want to welcome everybody and thank you so much for being here. And we're so excited that you're here. And everyone here, we want to let you know that we're excited that you've come and joined us. We are going to have an amazing night tonight. So feel free to engage, ask questions, and feel free if you need to know anything, let us know. Well, I want to say the three of us, and we're going to go around and definitely talk in depth, each of us, but we are launching a podcast. And our first episode will be released this Thursday, this 22nd. So please be sure also to join us for the Crown Medium on Thursday morning, 10 a.m. I want to say Eastern Standard Time, even though Lorenda is going to be in Pacific Standard Time with me at 7 a.m. But we're very excited to tell you guys all about our podcast, what we're focusing on, what brought us to create it. And we're hoping all of you guys get really as excited as us about it and will join us and be sure to support us by listening in and talking about what your favorite points are and what you would like to know more about as far as the podcast goes. So good to see everybody. So Michelle, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's good to be here. I can't believe it's actually here. Like we've been talking about this, dreaming about this, working on it, and here we are. Yes, and here we are. Yay.
I know. I'm so excited. And we've recorded the podcasts in December. So we already have 3 under our belt. So
that's exactly
we're proud of ourselves. We've timed this correctly. We think we give ourselves plenty of time. So we're excited. We're excited.
Yay.
What do you think, Lorenda?
We have so many friends that I want to say hi to in the chat. I love this. We've got Shots with Jen. We've got Lucas is in the house all the way from Switzerland. It's like the middle of the night there.
I know, it's amazing.
And we've got Amy and Anna and Sophia Rasmussen.
Yeah,
in the house.
We're going to talk about what is liminal. Exactly. You're going to learn about it today.
We're going to look, and I think we should talk a little bit about that. Like how did we come up with that? Why
exactly.
So I'm super excited to have you guys here, and I can't wait. I mean, let's be honest. I don't know why I tend to overextend myself. I'm hoping that since by Thursday, since I'm only going to be in California for a few days, that it'll still feel like 10 a.m. when I join at 7 a.m.
Absolutely.
There we go.
It'll be fine.
I'll text you at 6 a.m. our time. I'll say, hey, are you yet? Are you doing your hair yet? Where are you at?
Exactly. Because I fly into California early to Wednesday morning.
So
early.
you'll get to be able to relax, and where you're staying is beautiful. So it'll be nice.
It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fine. I'll be okay. I will survive.
Exactly.
And then, I see John Maxey in the house. Hey, John. He's one of my friends from the investigations.
Oh, fun. I love that.
Like Michael Kabrowski's in. Like all my friends are showing up too. I love this. We got people. We've got the unseen press people. We've got my old neighbors. This is so cool. I love it, love it, love it.
We love when everybody comes. Thanks for being here.
Yes, thank you for being here.
Yeah. Yes.
So, everything will be fine. Oh my goodness. And then we got Mandy here in the house. But she's just like in my living room.
Hanging out with the dog.
She's in the basement. Let's be real. She's visiting. She's hanging
right there.
Oh my gosh. Oh, everything will be fine on the couch. All right. So where are we starting, friends? What do we do?
What made us decide to do a podcast?
Yeah.
Right.
Really good point. So, well, we kind of started because with the three of us, well, you start this conversation because you're the one who introduced Michelle and I, and then there's the whole Camp Chesterfield piece of it. So we've got to talk about that experience, and then when we started connecting our energies together. So that I'm going to toss that ball over in your court.
Oh yeah. So like I've known Michelle, and we'll tell our stories more in depth on the podcast, but I've known Michelle for quite a while. Like I knew her wife, Laura, first.
Yeah.
Because she was in my tap company. But Michelle was a huge part of my jumping in the deep end of mediumship. So Michelle's been in my mediumship world, and she got me introduced into Camp Chesterfield. So we do a lot of work at Camp Chesterfield, and we have quite a few we have some Camp Chesterfield people in the house. Make sure you wave and say hi, friends.
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends. And then we started talking, I don't know. We just decided, and I was like, I think you would really like my friend Carey.
Mm-hmm.
Because Carey had been here, and then, you hadn't been here yet. But then we decided, let's do a show.
Yeah.
And then we put together the Through the Veil show.
Oh, Through the Veil. That's right.
Through the Veil.
It was an immersive experience. It was for the client, for the people, for the audience. I was like, what's the word? We did sound, we did a meditation, we did drumming. We did drumming. We had it was amazing because we had lots of things happening all at once, and then we did different styles of readings and demonstrating different styles of readings, and it was just very educational, empowering, and inclusive. Yes. So they were like, this is great. We should do this again. And so we decided to do a podcast, and here we are. Amy says Through the Veil was amazing because Amy came all the way up from Tennessee.
Amazing.
And she is the Oracle says hello as well.
Yes, that's Emma.
And so, it was phenomenal. I thought we put together a good, well-rounded presentation. I feel like people enjoyed it.
Yes.
We tried to make it as accessible and relatable as possible. And that's how we're going to do our podcast.
Yeah.
Information-based. All three of us come from very different backgrounds as far as our training and what we bring to the table. And so I feel like our podcast is very well-rounded because we can take one subject and give three very unique perspectives on it.
Wow.
But then bring it all together for that common thread.
100%.
Which I love.
I do too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about you, Michelle? Tell us, we should all start to what made you excited about doing the podcast?
Well, it's so funny. I have been talking to my friends for years about how I want to do a podcast. And I kept talking about it. And then when the three of us did the demonstration, the mediumship demonstration that Lorenda was talking about, there was just this feeling, first of all, like total harmonizing resonance, like, oh, I'm supposed to be working with these two amazing mediums. And then, of course, my guides start talking to me, and how we all three came to the podcast, like almost simultaneously.
Like that happened like within 2 hours of us being together in the space.
Yes. And I felt like I had my guides nodding along, like, yes, this is it. You know, sometimes manifesting something takes time. And then when it all synchronizes and comes together, it's just this really exciting moment. And I feel like that's what happened when the three of us came together and said, you know what, we need to do a podcast. It's like, finally, it's manifested. Yeah, I'm just really excited for it. And then how about you, Carey?
Well, one thing I really love is that, so one thing I loved is that, and I think this comes from us being Gen Xers, but I think the three of us are used to being workhorses as individuals.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Girl. So I think, and I have had my own podcast. I worked at it for a while, and I was like, okay, this is a little, I'm going to put it to bed. I'm just going to, not that I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to, earmark it and kind of put it there. But then I realized something, my guides, what is interesting about what we're doing, which I think is unique, is that yes, we are teachers. Yes, we are mentors. Yes, we're guides, but we together are realizing we're better almost together in the space, and we're learning at the same time. Yes. That is a really unique perspective, because we're not coming across as though we know everything about all these topics. And that's what makes it interesting. Yes, we are going to be teaching our foundations and what we thrive in, and how we work with students and clients, and how we bring spirit forth, and all the things we're excited about. And we're also going to be learning from other people that are shining in what they do and the work that we're interested in. We're going to have guests as well, integrated. And that to me just seemed to be, like you said, Michelle, the right chemistry for me as a host or as a teacher, that I was like, oh, I want also to be part of the community. This is me. It's not me up on the podium. It's all of us together as a community. And I think that's what made me just not even think twice about it. And also, both of you, the chemistry is so good. You can't make that up. It just spirit, just moving everything forward without a hitch.
Well, I think the perfect example is that when Carey, when you came to visit me for that week,
that was Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, it was like we knew we'd already had chats. We knew we got along, but like once we were all three in the same room, and we did the live together in my kitchen, it was like, oh, we got to do a podcast.
Oh, it was so exciting,
so easy, and it flowed. And I gotta say, once we got rolling on recording those podcasts,
I know.
It was effortless.
It was effortless.
Yeah, and that's when it's spirit. And so I think that's, and all of us look for that in how we are as mentors, that we let spirit run through us. We're not up on, like I said, like up on a podium and everyone we're going, okay, how's spirit moving through us to work with our students or ourselves and each other. So I think that's very exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I really love about working with the two of you, is that no one here believes that we have all the answers. Like, we're seekers, we're seeking, we're constantly seeking. It's not, we haven't arrived at anything. I don't think anyone ever does. In fact, really, if you stop seeking, then you start going the other direction, really. But it's like we allow each other to have our own unique beliefs and perspectives about the different topics, and yet we listen to one another open-mindedly. So it kind of like enhances what we already know and what we're thinking about, because we have all these new ideas to put with it. And I love how explorational it is. Like, we pick a topic and then we explore that topic. To me, we can read a book and tell ourselves that we're an expert on a topic, but that's just someone else's experience. Right. Being an expert, I guess, is is being willing to explore all the possibilities and to still continue asking questions even beyond that. And I feel like that's what we do for each other. You know what I mean?
I love that. It's so exciting. Yeah. It's like being a channel, being a mentor, but being held at the same time. That's so powerful.
Yes.
Well put. Exactly.
It's like the new mentor. It's like the new mentor. You're not an archetype of perfection. You're still on that journey yourself of exploration and adventure, you know.
And that is what I do love. That's one of the reasons I love working with both of you, is that you really do inspire me to keep learning. And the only reason I think any of us agreed to even step into this space was like, listen, I got to get something out of this. So, you know, you need, like, talking to our spirit guides, listen, what's in this for me? What's in this for me? And what am I learning? What am I getting out of this?
Yeah, you love
the energy exchange, and you know, don't be afraid to show me what I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I know. And I think that, well, both of you have that humility and that authentic humility. It's like, it's not false humility. It's real humility.
It's like, legit.
It's like, that is an interesting point. I hadn't thought about it like that. Like, exactly. I know that you guys do that for each other. Lorenda does that for me. She's all, how about you look at it from this perspective? That's a really good perspective. And I think that's what makes you closer to spirit, when you don't come across taking a stance or being, like you said, the ultimate authority.
And I think the three of us are not afraid to be uncomfortable to sit with those things. Because how many times have been like, Lorenda, how about you see it from this perspective? And I'm like, but what if I don't want to?
Or your spirit guides come to me and tell me that you have to.
Dr. Mike said you've got to listen. I'm like, listen, I don't want to.
Can you tell him I need a break?
Dr. Mike just told on you. You're not listening.
Yeah.
But we do that for each other. Like, we're not afraid to ask the hard questions. And also, we're not afraid to have someone be like, but what if? Like you said, you look at it from a different direction.
Right.
And I feel like, and I hope that's what the podcast does for other people. That we do genuinely, the three of us, try to thoughtfully bring through three different perspectives with an underlying understanding of ethics, foundations, but still giving three different. It's like having it's like having a forest, but three different trees.
Yeah.
All firmly rooted, all mature trees, but still growing, still expanding their rings, still expanding their roots, and still connecting to one another, but still on their own journey. And I feel like that's what we bring to.
Definitely.
Agreed. That's good. I like that. I like that analogy.
I do too.
Very sweet.
Dr. Mike says you're welcome.
Okay. Good job, Dr. Mike.
I was going to say, we were each going to talk briefly about our journey, you know, how we came onto this path. Some folks who have been with us before know these stories, so I think it's great to talk about it. I was going to say, Michelle, how did you get into doing this as your life's work?
As my life's work. Right. Okay. So, well, you know, and there are so many people, I think, probably listening right now who would have a similar story. But, you know, when we're little kids and we're seeing apparitions and hearing voices, and we notice our spirit guides and all those things. And when I was really little, and this is something that I'm really excited about for this podcast, is to help people who've had these experiences know that they're not crazy, they're not alone. Join us, be part of this community, walk this journey with us, that sort of thing. But, you know, when you're little and you're seeing all that stuff, and in this Western culture, that's not typically acknowledged, I guess. And I can remember being told, you know, those are just imaginary friends, or it's not real, or you're just having a bad dream, or, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And I know that was said to protect me. But I also knew that it was real, that I really was experiencing things that other people didn't seem to be experiencing for some reason. And I know that by the time I was probably in high school, I had buried it. I had completely buried it. I told myself, I'm not supposed to talk about this. This maybe isn't supposed to be real or whatever, even though I knew it was, but I buried it. And it wasn't until by chance I went to a friend's party and they had invited a psychic medium. Yeah, by chance, right. Synchronicity, that should be a topic sometime. I love that topic.
Oh, write that down.
Yeah, synchronicity.
I think it is on our list, actually.
Yeah,
I think it is. Yeah.
We got it. Okay, good.
Absolutely. But I, by chance, went to a friend's party and they had a psychic medium who was trained at Camp Chesterfield, and more synchronicity, right?
Crazy.
And I remember she was giving private readings in a back room of the house while the party went on in the front of the house or whatever. And I was like, yeah, sign me up. I want to know what this is about. This intrigues me. And she had a bedroom set up and had candles lit and that sort of thing, and her table set up. And I remember when I walked in, she said, excuse me for just a moment. I'll be right back. Go ahead and have a seat. Make yourself comfortable. And there was this thing that would happen when I was little, right before I would see an apparition. The room would get really, the best way I can describe it is kind of like electric, and it would feel kind of like it was going like that. And I remember I sat down at this party in the medium's chair. I sat down and the room started doing that. And oh my gosh, wait a minute. And I remember feeling so comfortable in that energy. And I remember literally saying out loud, oh, I'm home. I'm home, and that's when it really started for me. That's when I started reading more about it and getting more involved in it. And then more synchronicity, which I won't go into, led me to explore and develop my mediumship at Camp Chesterfield. That's where I got started.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I love the link someone has. Did you want to answer any of these questions, you guys? There's some.
Yeah, we're getting some good questions on Instagram and the other
questions.
I don't know how to find these. I can't see who's here.
So there should be. Are there any things to the right on your screen that say
private chat, comments, and recordings? See if you see that.
Yes.
Yep. There should be comments. The world.
Oh my God. Hey, everyone. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, that's great. Thank you.
A whole other world.
Okay, so let's go in the order we see them, because we have some on the tube and the book and the Insta.
Yep.
So the first question that came in, Amy asked, why do you think some people are more open with clairs automatically and others have to work on it? What do you all think?
Michelle?
Do you want me to answer that?
Sure. You're on a roll.
I definitely believe everyone is capable of utilizing their clairs, period. They're just simply, it's not anything crazy or weird. They're just simply senses beyond the five physical. They're just phantom senses, right? Everyone has them. We were all born with them. But I liken mediumship and psychic abilities much like musicality. I was a junior high band director forever, and I would have 100 or more students every year learning to play an instrument for the first time, and some of them would pick up that instrument and almost immediately they were getting a good sound. They were able to play Mary Had a Little Lamb, all the things, and other students wouldn't be able to get it right away. But the other thing I noticed is that although some of them had that natural aptitude, if you will, the ones who maybe didn't in the beginning, but were willing to go home and practice, would quickly bypass. And I'm sure Lorenda's experienced this with dance too.
Dance, yep.
Yes. They would eventually, the struggler that struggled in the beginning would bypass the one with the natural ability because they practiced the skill. They exercised the muscle, right? The mediumship, working and using, we call them our clairs, our abilities to sense, right? It's like working a muscle. If anyone who's willing to put the time in, whether it just came naturally or you had to work at it, anyone can excel and reach their desired level. It does seem that some people tend to just naturally be open, but if they only rely on that natural ability and never commit time to getting to know their guides or working in meditation or working in development circles and practicing, they're going to just stay at that one level, you know?
Right. That's correct.
But,
Yep.
Right.
And there's a lot around that with like beliefs and there's so much there. I'm excited to go into that into one of the episodes because people that have been mediums for a long time, but they don't continue growing and doing shadow work, then their containers are more limited in what they can channel, the light they can channel through them. And it seems like robotic or limited on some level. And that's because they're not, you know, taking care of their instrument, Michelle would say.
Right. That's a good, I see what you did there. I see that.
You see that my clarinet needs to be, you know.
Right. The clarinet.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I feel like that, I don't know which spirit guide just channeled through me to say that, but that was probably not my own.
I think clarinet. What do you play?
It was probably Michelle's. Michelle's spirit guide. I was like, hello, have we met? Because I haven't.
So cool.
Did I say you could jump in my body? I'm joking. I'm joking.
All right.
Let's
get to the next question. We've got a lot of questions here. I love this. All right. We'll take turns answering. Okay. So and then we're going to do one more in the tube. Then we're going to jump over because I know that actually, hang on, Brian, because Lucas it's 1 o'clock in the morning in Switzerland.
Yeah,
so Lucas asked a question.
Okay. Lucas.
He asked two questions, but we're going to answer the one first. We're going to say, what is it like when a spirit comes through to you?
Oh, what a great question.
Carey.
I know. Go. God. Well, it just happened. I don't know. What do you think? I'm just kidding.
I know. It's funny how it works out, doesn't it?
That's a really good question. And so what happens from, it's two parts. The first thing is that every spirit is different, just like every personality is different. Every human that you meet is slightly different. So sometimes when you're connecting with a spirit, it might be different in how they're coming through to you. Sometimes they might send you an image. Sometimes you get a big feeling about their emotions, or you might hear music that they loved. And so for me, because I continue to work on my development, my aura is open. I'm connecting with my guides, and I really connect in with the essence of the way they come through. But, you know, some of us, it depends on where we are in our development. At first, we might have it be more seeing. At first, we might have it of a knowing or sensing. And so that's pretty much my explanation, I would say.
Which goes back to the Claire's question. That's why I wanted to kind of also jump over there with his question. So they do tie together.
They tie. They're the same. Absolutely.
They do. They really do. Because I know, like, Michelle, how does spirit come to you? What do you feel? Anything different than maybe what Carey just said?
Well, here's what I want to say about that. That's such a great question. It's such a great question. And especially when we're doing development work, is to recognize to really take some time and contemplate, what am I experiencing? How am I experiencing this? You know, when I experience it this way, is there evidence with like the information that's coming through, you know, that sort of thing. Like, I think it's a good exercise to take some time and really ask that of ourselves. How am I experiencing this? You know, to answer the question just a little more, you know, personally, how do I experience it? I don't always see spirit like an apparition, like I did when I was little. Today, if I actually see an apparition, I get super excited. It's like, oh my gosh,
I saw one.
Yeah, I saw one. Or occasionally I'll audibly hear spirit and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I actually heard them, you know, or whatever. Oh, there's a puppy. But usually it's in my mind's eye, my mind's ear, that sort of thing. I do feel, I still get that kind of feeling sometimes. It just feels a little different. And perhaps that's how my clairsentience is experiencing it. You know, I feel that energetic, that I don't know how to explain it, but
the buzz,
the buzz, vibrational,
the vibrational buzz. Yes.
What about you, Lorenda?
Yeah.
I'm very in line with what you guys were saying. It all depends on the spirit, how they best communicate, and how I'm most open to receive it at the time. If I am kind of closed off living life, spirit will come through actually in physical ways, as far as like bringing signs into my awareness. Like today, you ready for this one? I'm going to tell you this. I had asked for a sign from spirit for something specific earlier in the day. And I was like, dragons, oranges, whatever, all the favorite things that you guys like to show. I just want to show me that I'm on the right track with following this particular thing and something completely unrelated to spiritual life. Right. And I put that out there. I forget about it and I move on about my day. I kid you not. I am at my favorite lounge to hang out in, the Wine Vault, and with my friend Mandy. We're hanging out with a group of people. And our friend gets up. Somebody comes in to bring our friend Farron something. Farron comes back. She goes, "Look, this this kid made me an IU Hoosiers IU placard, but also this weird orange dragon."
Oh my God. You are freaking joking. Did you get a picture of it?
I did.
I have to close my door. I'm sorry, my dog.
And then, so I look at Mandy and I look at everybody else. I'm like, what is this dragon? Like, why in the world would you think I need an orange dragon? And I'm like,
That's
well,
amazing.
So when I'm in my humanness, and this is what I tell people, if you're not a practicing medium, or even if you are, and you're just kind of tuned out and you're living your life, they will. Yeah, the dragon. Mandy's here. The orange dragon, like
that's so specific. That's
so beyond specific that had no I'm like, and it didn't even make sense for the person who was receiving it.
Right.
Why did he make me an orange dragon? Like
the timing of that actually too. Had to be. That's why we do everything timeless.
Within the hour of me. And it wasn't even that long because I had been actually sitting and looking at my phone going, maybe I need a sign.
I need a sign.
Look at this dragon that's orange. I'm like, God. So that being said, when spirit comes to me, if I'm doing work, if I'm tuning into spirit, it really does depend on what the message, how spirit's trying to deliver evidence that makes sense to me.
Yep.
And just vice versa. Like it's like a game of charades, understanding your partner when you're playing charades, understanding when you're playing partners with euchre. Like there's an understanding, there's an energetic exchange. It's the same with spirit. I can feel him, see him. Sometimes when I say things like, I don't see spirit. By God, within 24 hours, I'm going to have one walk into my room and sit down in the chair.
Right. That's right. They're like really say, am I just that? Am I? Okay. Right. Yeah, I experience all of it.
Yeah. So that's how I think it really does vary for everyone. It all depends on where we are vibrationally, literally in the moment, and how spirit is aligning with us. So it really can vary. So I think we answered that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Brian asks, starting my first seeker classes Tuesday.
Wow.
Through distance learning at Camp Chesterfield. Any advice for the journey? Michelle, I'd say you're a pretty good.
Oh my gosh.
Any advice?
Okay. Here would be my best advice. Stay curious. Listen to what other people have to say. And consider that that's one person's experience. That's one person's perspective. Honor it. Be grateful that they've shared that with you, but keep seeking to find what it is that truly speaks to you. Like, I don't know if I'm making sense. It's kind of like the Deepak Chopra saying something about religion is someone else's experience and spirituality is having your own, right? Have your own experience. Stay curious. Don't stop learning. Learn from as many different people as possible. Just remember, just because someone read a book That's just one perspective, right? There are so many, and there's no rule book. The heavens didn't part and a book appear. Here are all the rules and answers to spirituality. It could be anything. There are endless possibilities, and have fun and enjoy it.
I think that's the key, is have fun.
Yes.
Don't take yourself too seriously. Don't be too hard on yourself. And be open and understand that, like Michelle's saying, your experience, someone else's experience is their experience, but be open to the fact that you might experience it differently.
Right.
And the thing, I love the idea, everything you guys said. And also the thing about, often I want to tell you, I always felt like I was the most, I was trained when I was young. And so I always felt I was behind. And I can tell you probably I'm the only one out of the group I trained with who's still doing it. And so it does not matter where you are in your journey. And the main thing is don't compare yourself to anyone else, like Michelle said, and release expectations, because expectations of I should be seeing this, I should be feeling that, I should be, those things disconnect you from your truth. So the more you honor where you are, the more the closer you are to your abilities and to spirit, I think.
That's nice.
Yeah.
All great answers.
Great answer.
Yes. It's like,
sorry, I still have my dog. I'm so sorry. This was so unexpected. And my husband is, of course, probably sleeping on the couch. I'm saying
that's okay. Mr. Carr is taking a nap right now because he's got to take a nap so he can wake up and pack.
Hello. Okay, sorry.
Mr. Carr is going to the IU game tomorrow.
Oh, I'm so excited for him.
Yes, and I am driving him to the airport at 4 a.m.
Oh my God.
Right. You know I don't do mornings. All right. So let's move on to the next question we have.
Yes.
How do you, here's a good one. Shots with Jen. I believe she asked it first. She said, where's your tech support, Euler?
Oh, hey, Jen.
Hey.
Yeah. That is. Okay. How do you feel that your paths have prepared you for dealing with today's world energy?
Oh my gosh.
I'd like to start that by saying nothing could prepare us for today's world energy. Literally nothing. That being said, what do you all think?
Okay. I'll let Michelle get that first so I can get my composure.
Okay, deep breath.
No, I'm good.
All right. So I love metaphysical law, natural law. I mean,
and you're so good at teaching it, by the way.
Well, thank you for saying that. I don't know. I just love it. I mean, I try to live by it. What I know is that it's a practice. I have to redirect myself a million times a day from feeling angry right now. I feel betrayed. Mm-hmm. I feel sad and disheartened and frustrated and all the things that so many other people are feeling. I'm not suggesting that we be in denial of what's going on around us. I think we need to be aware of what's going on around us right now. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, here's the practice, is making sure that we protect our frequency. It would be really easy to fall into a frequency of fear and despair, which, number one, isn't healthy. Number two, it robs us of joy, what joy we can have. And there's still joy. There's still a lot of beautiful things going on around us as well. And it affects detrimentally our work as mediums. We cannot do this work if we're vibrating in a fear-based frequency. So it's like, yes, I see what's going on. I'm not happy about what's going on. Then I have to ask myself, what can I do about it? Well, I can make some phone calls. I can speak my truth, do those things. And then I have to be able to say, okay, now I guess like compartmentalize, right? Is that right? I've got to be able to say, okay, I've given that the attention I'm going to allow for right this moment. If there's anything I can do, I'll do it. But otherwise, I'm going to put it here And then I'm going to practice being a metaphysician. I'm going to find my joy. I'm going to focus on love. And I'm going to believe that I believe this. And I'm going to keep believing this, no matter how long it takes. The light will always prevail over the darkness. That is metaphysical law. The light will prevail ultimately over the darkness. I guess, is that answer okay?
That's an amazing answer. It's better than I would have been. Like, I don't know. I just go hide in a hole, turn off the TV, and then I doom scroll on TikTok, and then I go cry, and I listen to radio music.
Mm-hmm.
That's the human side of me. And then I go teach dance and forget all about it. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Music.
I'll put this in like simple terms. I think everything everybody said, absolutely. I think two things. I think one thing, I think the spiritual community and disconnecting from what goes on and being, all love and light is absolutely not the way any of us walk through our lives, the three of us. I can say that. Right. That being said, I do believe, especially me, I'm a white woman, I have privilege. So I do believe in educating myself and keeping abreast to what's going on. That's my duty as a citizen, as a someone who knows a lot of people of very different income levels, as well as very diverse. So I keep myself educated about that. And I also work on my energy so I can be effective, because I want to be an effective activist. I am very much a social political activist, and I make those choices, but I also remain objective so I can be helpful to people that need me. I guess that would be my answer.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Also, three of us talk about it. It's very important to all of us. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is hard, especially when, I'm going to use my friend Mandy, who's just like the next room over.
Mm-hmm.
She lives in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
And she's watching her neighborhoods in real time.
Right.
And, she's here visiting, but she's still seeing everything happening. And there's so much fear for yourself. And it's as people, again, because we are a little disconnected from it right now.
Yeah.
We're not in the midst of, oh my gosh, I've got 5 kids. I've got a family. I've got all these things happening. This could happen to me right now because it literally just happened down the street.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're not, the three of us are not facing that. We
Right.
are seeing it from an external point of view.
Right.
Just recognizing that and understanding, and even like, it's almost, part of me even deals with or sees people dealing with like survivor's guilt. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Right.
why not me? Why some other people? And I think it's just, you're right, Carey, like doing our best to make ourselves educated and informed, coming at it from an educational point of view. Not that we're not feeling,
Mm-hmm.
but being able to learn how to manage our own energy and see things from a higher perspective and still be able to hold space for other people and their energy, and send as much of that healing energy and love and light. Like Michelle was saying, the light will prevail. The only question is like, how long is it going to take for that light to prevail? And what is the aftermath of when the lights do come back on? What are we left to go, oh, that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not an unrealistic thing to live in the fear, to be honest.
Yes.
So, and I think also as practitioners, I think it's important for us to say, it's okay for you to be fearful.
Yeah. And holding space for
okay for you to be terrified right now. Nobody's telling you to be like, oh, just rise above it. That's
right. No.
And we are not here for that. We're not here for spiritual bypassing.
Oh, no.
Right.
But how can we hopefully, but we have to still manage our own energy to be able to hold space for ourselves, our own fears, our own feelings, our own experiences.
Right.
And what are we supposed to experience versus how are we supposed to be a helper? How we know as spiritual people, as practitioners, I feel Spirit gave me these opportunities. The gift is the fact that I was able to develop. The gift was that I was able to do this. And now Spirit's like, buckle up. Now it's time to use this gift that I gave you.
Yeah, there's so much to that. I can't wait till we talk about some of these topics because they're the things that we're all being led to do as a way to show and help the world right now in the ways we do. We're all being asked to do that, the three of us and many of you. So we're excited about that. We're going to channel that into our topics.
Yes.
We're going to have so much to.
We're going to so much to cover in the podcast. So we do have some more good questions.
Love and harmony. Everything's great.
Right.
So let's. So Allie over in the Instagram asked a really good question. She said, "If every single person did this, I mean, like putting that good love, light energy out there, wouldn't the collective change or transmute into peace?"
Yeah, but I don't think we're not at that part in our species, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Yes, in theory. Yes.
In theory. So I think Michelle could talk on this because like metaphysical law, right?
Right.
Law.
I absolutely believe that that's possible. That kind of, transmutation or transformation. I do, because it's all frequency and we are all connected to one frequency, right? Ultimately, we're all connected. We are one. And yet we're individual at the same time. I don't even think it would require everyone to shift that frequency. It would require enough of us to be the stronger frequency, if you will. But yeah, I think we could. And I agree that we should not be in denial, and you should not, I don't think anyone should feel guilty or ashamed if they feel fearful. Absolutely not. That's legit, especially right now. I think I'm not suggesting that, but the more times we can rise above the fear, and I don't mean like ignore what's happening or not stand up for justice or stand up for what's right. I'm not saying that, but the more times each of us can rise above the fear frequency and move into a higher frequency, that ripple effect does affect the collective. I do believe that.
Well, and also, it's very interesting because my guides this year, I'll say this briefly, they're really having me train more fully on future timelines and things I haven't really stretched to, and also doing remote viewing and a lot more clarifying with my third eye and energetics and patterns. And this specifically that's exactly what that energy wants you to do, is to be in fear and not to feel empowered. Right. And I do believe it's happening. I I think that there's a transmutation going on. I think it's going to take a little bit of time, realistic, because all three of us were dancing as fast as we can to get people trained and up and running. Right. That's right. All the others who are doing the same work. That's why it's accelerated. Right. And also the darkness does that before it's about to be, transmuted.
Right. That's right.
Yes. So that was a great question, Allie. Thank you.
Really question.
Okay. We have so many good questions going on.
We have great questions.
Hold on. Let me go back. Let me see. So Brian says, what's the best way to experience the pressures I feel on my head that I know are messages into visions? That might be a tough one to answer, especially since, so I want to address it, but I think
those are more between like maybe personal ones that we would do for an energetic, which is a great question for maybe another
for a mentor or for like a one-on-one in a class.
Yeah, or a smaller live. Yeah, absolutely. It's a great question.
Yeah. Let's see, and then we have. Oh, Sophia's saying facts, Carey, facts, but that was at 7:27. So
I don't know what time it is.
We might be a little behind. I know what. Then everybody's laughing. I think everybody's laughing about the Claire, Annette.
That was brilliant.
I feel like that was one of Michelle's spirit guides. I felt that. I don't know. Does one of them have a funny sense of humor? Because I was okay, that's what it was. I was like,
I'll accept that.
Yes.
I know Lorenda's guides. Really, I was like, wait a minute.
Like Dr. Mike can be funny.
Dr. Mike can be wry, and he could be cheeky, but I was like, this is somebody else.
Yeah. Let's see.
They're a part of the team now.
All right. That's all the questions we have, I think, that I'm
So
seeing.
good.
Oh, wait, no. As spiritual healers, how or where do you find solace and healing for ourselves? I think we kind of touched on it a little bit.
Yeah.
I honestly, I go teach dance and work with children and find hope in the future.
I meditate. I get energy healing. I do a lot of Reiki for myself, and I receive Reiki. Michelle,
Yeah, meditation daily, and music. Music, like I'm in a choir and I'm in a band every week. It's my release, and I think it's important. Whatever it is, maybe it's reading for some people, or walking, or exercise, or working in your flower beds, or whatever. The point is, we need to give ourselves a moment every day where we give our nervous system a break.
Yes.
We really, and that's okay. Like Lorenda mentioned earlier, we don't have to feel guilty for that.
No.
I think you said something to that effect, right? Like, like it's okay to take a break from it too. And besides which, one of the best forms of resistance is joy.
Yes.
I want us to be afraid.
That's
I'm
what
not going to be afraid for them.
Martin Luther King would have said that.
That's right. No, they don't get to take my joy. I'm not going to give them that.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm not still going to fight. It doesn't mean I'm not still going to be informed, but they're not going to control me like that. That it's kind of defiant, right? Yeah.
Right. That's the city of Portland. That's what Portland did. It's like, that's what they did. They said, guess what? We're not going to engage in your little shenanigans, and you have nothing to stick on.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and it goes back to, well, I have a couple of thoughts on that. So I'm a big studier of the Gen X.
Oh yeah.
Generation. Right. And understanding, that and I think this goes to the boomer generation as well, that if you are helping yourself, then you're self-centered. If you love yourself, you are arrogant, you are conceited. You have to be giving at all times. Your whole existence should be in service of others. And it's that feeling. So then when we're sitting on the couch, like I still at 54 years old, when my husband comes home, if I'm sitting on the couch reading, I will find myself jumping up, acting like I'm busy. I'm like, why? He doesn't care.
It's so programmed.
Because we're so programmed. But in times like this, when you've got we're on the verge of another big thing that's going to be in the history books. We are feeling it. And we, just like they tell you on the airplane, if the plane loses cabin pressure, put your mask on first, because you are of no help to anybody else. But if we took that same thinking when we were growing up or being raised, to apply that to ourselves, or be like, no, we have to save everyone else before ourselves. And I think now it is important. Amy mentioned in the chat, self-love, self-care. If we don't take care of ourselves energetically, if we don't take time to, where I put my earbuds in, turn off the TV. I don't turn the TV on at all during the day.
Yes.
I don't even know what to believe anyway. So I listen to my earbuds and I listen to my books that take me to in other fantasy worlds. I have to escape for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that helps. I feel that helps fill my cup a little bit energetically.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's really, I encourage other people to do that.
Yes, indeed. Beautiful.
As well. Find your joy, find what makes you joyful, and never feel guilty about it.
I live in nature. I have to be, and I know we all feel this way. I live in the trees, so I have to be by trees. That's just part of my DNA is very connected to, like, the land I live on. I'm very, earth centered because I'm an air sign. So I kind of need that grounding, and it makes me feel at peace.
Meanwhile, Michelle and I are just setting things on fire.
Exactly. The fire girl.
Let's go back to talking about our awesome. We only have a few minutes left before we're going to cut off. So let's kind of remind people why we're even doing this tonight.
Exactly.
We are Lorenda Carr, Michelle Euler, and Carey Koss. And we are doing a podcast, and we are launching it on Thursday, January 22nd, 1/22, 2026, because that adds up to 1. So 1, 2, 2, 1. Love it.
Love the
and we talk about a number of different topics. We're going to be launching 2 episodes right off the bat, and then there'll be about 1 a month ish is what we're thinking will be released after that. So nothing overwhelming, but we're hoping to educate people. We're hoping to share our stories, offer 3 very different yet similarly found in foundation, like similarly rooted concepts, and just really give different perspective, learning from each other, helping you learn. I don't know, what are you guys thinking? Like, what are you most excited about for the podcast?
Yes.
Carey, what are you most excited about?
I'm most excited because it's going to be this. Well, I'm with my friends. That's really selfishly, well, not selfish because I'm not selfish.
Not selfish.
But anyway, I don't care if I am. But I'm going to be with my friends and who I care about and trust and have this affinity with. So I feel held, and also I can help them. And we all have so much to bring in as far as information, experience, teaching, guidance that's going to help you guys no matter where you are in your journey. And in that foundation, then we're also going to be inviting on experts that we really admire and respect that kind of go across the spiritual platform. It's not just one type of, like, we're not just going to be talking to just mediums. We're going to talk to healers, new thought leaders, people that are in more earth-centric spiritual practices, shamanism, but also people that we just admire and that we find interesting. We also really want to hear from you guys. So we're very excited about that because we want you to be part of the podcast. So we have so much to be excited about. It's going to be a fantastic podcast, I can say.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. Michelle, what do you think? What do you think? What are you most excited about?
Well, just to kind of like piggyback on to what Carey's talking about, it's the community that we're going to build. Obviously, the 3 of us are going to have a good time. I mean, we already are, and we're going to keep learning and growing. And, I love exploring. And I'm looking forward to building a community where people will feel safe, accepted, will come together in solidarity. We'll look at things that have been labeled as woo-woo and prove that it's not woo-woo. This stuff's real, and and it's exciting and it's interesting, and I'm just excited to explore and build this community. That's what I would say.
Yeah, and I'm with Michelle. I'm gonna piggyback on Michelle on that. I'm excited to help demystify some of this stuff, and while yes, it should always. I feel like as a practitioner, I want it to always feel magical.
Yeah.
But also understand that it is accessible.
Yes.
And how can we be spiritual, live a spiritual life, walk a spiritual walk, engage with our spirit team, engage with the spirit world, even if we're not trying to be mediums? How do we just make this life the fullest we possibly can? If we have a full team of spirits that we can pull in and rely on. I'm here for it. I'm here for us demystifying it and making it accessible to everybody, teaching people how to do that on their own and empowering. And that's been my key. Like, my whole life has been empowering. And I think this is just yet one more way that hopefully we can then help empower people and educate people. So I'm most excited about that part of it. And Olive is also excited.
She's awesome.
The howling part.
She is so cute.
Mandy's on it. Mandy's going to go get her.
Hilarious.
No clue what she could be barking at.
Yeah.
But she's just got to say she loves the podcast also. So yes. Where can we hear the podcast? Well, it has not been launched yet. Yeah. It will be launched as of on all the platforms. So be, and I where am I?
Oh my God, I have to remember all. I should
Apple,
be
Spotify. Mm-hmm. We'll have it, of course. We'll be on YouTube, right?
We'll be on YouTube. Yep. Mm-hmm.
What else?
All the major ones.
All the major ones. Wherever you listen to podcasts,
distributes it to all the places.
Yes.
So no one's left out, basically.
And it is called the Liminal Lounge. And here, I'm
Yes.
going to put that in the chat. The
And
Liminal.
what does liminal mean? That's what we can say. So
Mhm.
liminal is actually an ancient concept that it goes back into like esoteric and occult teachings, but it really means, in essence, it's a transitional space between the physical for us and the spiritual. So it's all the energy between, and it's really the matter that makes up spirit, right? So it's the ether, and so I think for us, we just felt like that just clicked, and we wanted it to feel like, we love the idea of, Lorenda had a whole channeling. She's going to probably talk about it, to do with a lounge space. Nick's here. And so it's like, we want to feel comfortable while we're exploring that space between. I think that essentially.
And so Yessie asked a really good question. She said, is it pre-recorded or can we call in and ask questions? It's going to be pre-recorded. We've actually already recorded the first 3 podcasts or the first 3 episodes, and we're getting ready to work on the next 3. So
we probably will have a thing, maybe, you guys, where if you want to write in your questions at some point, we'll do viewer questions. We'll probably make that an episode. So, and again, we're going to do it based on also on what you guys are interested in. So if you interact, and so make sure you're following, you're commenting on it, that really helps us as well.
Right.
The podcast.
Yeah. Sorry, I was getting like, I'm getting all the little bells and whistles over here. TikTok thing.
Do your slider. What about you, Michelle? What else would you like to share?
So many things. It's like, which thing do I want to pick? Right?
I know.
I want to say something, because Lorenda, you were talking about how you still love miracles, or the magic. Right. There is a saying, I think it was Saint Augustine. So this was like 1,000 years ago. He said something like, let me see if I can get it right. Miracles are not contrary to nature, but only contrary to what we know about nature.
Right.
So there's paranormal stuff happening all the time, things that we can't explain, but it doesn't mean that it can't be explained, if that makes sense. Like, it's real. It just because it seems unbelievable doesn't, or seems to be, part of the unseen or whatever, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Right. Yeah. And I guess that's where I get really excited. And I'm looking forward to this aspect of our podcast, is taking these things that seem to be contrary to nature, right?
Yep.
And showing, slowly but surely, modern science is starting to catch up a little bit with what has been viewed as woo-woo. And we're able to look at that and say, look, for thousands of years, our ancient mystics and teachers, master teachers, have been telling us these things, that, yeah, we can communicate with people in spirit. And here's how it works scientifically. Like, this stuff is being proven. It's not just woo-woo. It's being proven right now. Quantum.
It makes you think about like what the yogis must have done when they meditated in caves and they spent their whole life raising consciousness. And just as a quick example, you can imagine the monks that just did their peace walk, how much that vibration, because of love, how much that helped.
Yes.
I mean, that's magic right there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for this to launch. I'm excited for people to step into our world a little bit and hopefully learn something and be able to take away something that they can apply to their own life, whether that's everything from practicing mediums all the way to people just existing in the wild, not wanting to even do any of this work, but hopefully be able to take something away from it and just make their lives a little better, even just learn to love yourself a little bit more for the gifts that we all have and how we can really step into our own power and live our best life. I mean, whether you believe in past lives or not, you have to believe that you get one chance to be this person in this existence.
Yeah.
Right.
So why not embrace it and get the most out of it? And if you can learn anything from our podcast, I think that would be amazing. And of course, and I imagine we'll be having follow-up discussions on these podcasts.
Yes, and we want you guys, please. There'll be a place for you guys to comment. There'll be a place to write in. We want to stay connected. It's not just like us talking and you're not participating. We need your help. So make sure you're supporting the show and interacting and asking questions and making comments.
And if there are people that you would love us, for us to try to get in touch with, if you have ideas for show topics, please, even after the show's over, feel free to respond within the chat, because we still get those comments actively. So we're happy to explore ideas, and we've got some of our best ideas from people in the podcast. It was somebody in our audience when we were the three of us together, like, you should do a podcast. We were like,
I remember that. Right.
I know.
Yeah. Like, who said that?
You're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we are definitely open to the ideas. So thank you, ladies.
Thank you
for hanging out. And I look forward to Thursday morning.
Yes.
It'll
bright
be
early.
Bright and early, 10 a.m. Eastern time. It'd be
7 a.m.
So
Pacific Standard Time.
7 a.m. Pacific, and then it'd be 8 a.m. Mountain.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
And I don't know. I might look like I rolled out of bed.
We'll
see how it goes.
On the beach, you'll be like, I'm on the beach, and then you don't need makeup when you're at the beach. So you just kind of.
Well, there's no beach. I'm not doing a beach. It's going to be 50 degrees. There's no beach.
That's true.
I'm going to be in my long sleeve.
Central California. Oh, Central California. Yeah, is a beach.
It's fine. It's fine. So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. I look forward to getting your feedback, and thank you, ladies. If you two want to stick around for a second.
Yes, we will. Thanks everybody. Lots of love.
Everybody.
Thank you. It's good to see you. Bye-bye.